What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to PlayStation Generation episode 61. My name is Matt, and I'll be your host for today's events. I'm joined, as always, by the love guru himself, Mr. Denis Rukun. What's up, Denis?
What's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. It's Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday. We got like a weird week,
Doesn't
with Canada Day being
doesn't it feel
Tuesday.
like tomorrow should be a holiday? Like it's
Tomorrow should be a holiday.
Tomorrow should be a holiday.
You know what annoys me?
Like, what? Tell me.
So
Also, tell me, the man who bleeds black and gold, Mr. Court Lawn, tell me what annoys you.
so Matt, we both work for U.S. companies.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I don't know about yours, but
Mm.
July 4th is during the week next week.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
They
getting
get 2 days off, and we only get the one.
I know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm saying, and you know what really grinds my gears? So my company, which will not
Frank
be
Grimes
named,
over here.
yeah. I
You don't even get that reference.
No, it was Peter. It was Peter Griffin in my mind.
Oh,
It was Family Guy in my mind.
They literally did. You didn't
Did you
even
see
realize?
they killed Marge?
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
Dude, what the? It's whack. Anyways, the company they have this like contest going on right now, right? Where like there's like a certain sales target that needs to be hit, and if that sales target is hit, then July 4th is what, the Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're basically going to give like the Thursday off to all of the Americans, and everybody else will just get the half day Friday off.
So my company's giving everybody the Thursday off because they said July 4th is one of our biggest holidays, and we've decided. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
What?
But some bullshit.
What? Well,
I
hey,
just get Tuesday off.
that
My
big,
company's
beautiful
Canadian.
bill did not
Yeah.
pass, but
Nope.
it didn't pass. I'm sorry, you don't even know what I'm talking about. That's fine.
No idea.
I apologize.
But Rice will be here soon. Rice was
Really, though?
yeah, he was probably gathering some Vaseline, preparing some chicken wings or whatever else he likes to do.
Ooh, That
Coffee and
was
Vaseline,
way-
that's his thing.
That's
Mhm, mhm,
disgusting.
just lathering.
He was playing with his
Finish
Vas-
your sentence.
nope.
Playing with his box in his
No.
in his thing. Hey, you guys know that Reddit story, the box in the closet? I'm not going to call it what it's supposed to be called, but
The box in the
Mm-hmm.
closet.
you got me. You got me.
Mm-hmm.
You got me. On this week's show, we're going to be talking about Beat Saber. We're going to be talking about Death Stranding 2. We're going to be talking about PlayStation Plus, and we're going to be talking about our game of the years so far. There isn't a lot of news this week, so we're going to break down some of our favorite games of the year thus far and kind of do a bit of an overlook to see what's coming around the corner and what might dethrone our picks. But before we do all of that, let's check in on what we've been playing. Court, my dude, you been playing anything lately?
I have been, for some reason, grinding out NHL for one reason. So right now on EA Sports, if you play
It's
NHL
in the game.
and you get rewards, they give you rewards for NHL 26.
Okay.
So they suckered me back into that. I've been playing Forza, and I've been playing the Division 2. I joked about this when Matt was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about the games." I was like, "Well, I played a lot of games that they definitely didn't come out this year."
But those games that didn't come out this year can still be in contention for your personal games
fair
of
enough.
the year.
Fair enough.
It doesn't
Fair
have to be
enough.
games that just came out this year. It's just games that you played.
Okay.
Like Danny's gonna walk over here with some fucking Intellivision game, like instead of playing The Last of Us.
You mean Burger Time?
Dude,
Sure,
that's
that's
a good
one
game.
That's a good game. Burger Time's good.
But good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's the regular rigmarole for you, Court, and as long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah, Danny, what about you?
I too have been grinding NHL. No, I haven't actually. I've actually started playing a lot of Yakuza 0.
Yes, you have.
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have. And
Been a bit of a slow burn because I'm still like right at the beginning,
and
and
it will be
not
for now.
exactly the biggest fan of the
Oh yeah.
karaoke
Oh yeah.
mini game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never played. I and this is like for like a Yakuza fan. This is like sacrilege. I never played the karaoke machine, the game outside of the time that it always makes you play it at least once.
Yeah,
I never go
that's
back to it.
The one time I've played it, I'm like, I never want to do this again.
Nope.
This one time at band camp.
Yep.
Yep. Great reference. Good movie. Good series.
You're
Mhm.
welcome.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing right now. It's just Yakuza 0. Everything else has been on the back burner.
Hell yeah. As for myself, I have played and finished Death Stranding 2.
Yeah,
I've been
you
playing for the
finished
last
it.
couple weeks. I'm gonna plug myself over here, but my written review is up on But Why Though. If you want to go check it out and give a little read
Why,
skis,
though?
it's over
You
there
get
if you
that?
want it. Yeah,
No, I thought
I
that was
got you.
pretty good. But why?
It was.
Though?
But why though? Christopher Walken. I loved it. Bobby and I have a conversation up on the channel along with the video review, and Bobby's written review is also on the channel. But it's fantastic. It's real good. If you liked the first one, you're gonna like the second one. If you didn't like the first one, even though others have said that you will, I disagree. I don't think that what they've done here, I think they've taken everything that made the first one good and have made it better for the most part, except for the boss fights, which still suck ass. But like they've added more combat. They've added the pacing is a lot better. The story, in my opinion, is much more interesting and brings you in much faster, way better paced. And I would say probably one of Kojima's most accessible stories in terms of like actually knowing what's going on. I think for like 80% of the game, I genuinely was following the plot and understanding what was going on, which I could not say for the first one. And then, yeah, I mean, as Kojima does, it takes a sharp left turn. And I was like, no idea. I already need you two people to explain these to me in a 4-hour lore dump because I don't get what I just watched. It's awesome and it's bombastic and it's a lot of fun. But sense, I don't know. I wouldn't go that
bombastic.
Like,
I like that.
Bombastic, good word, right?
It is.
A lot more combat this time around. And it works really well. You can essentially, when you're like rocking up to an area, you can basically tackle it in one of 3 ways. You can do the stealth, and there's much more stealth stuff in your kit. Like there's like, smoke grenades, and there's like literal like distraction grenades, or it pops up like a hologram, and they all get distracted by that. So you can sneak around much better and take people
boom
out.
Goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite. You can just go in guns blazing, which 9 out of 10 times was my option, just because I really liked a lot of the guns and the ways that you could just mess people up. Or you could just, go around it entirely, taking, harder to areas to walk through to be able to get to the place that you're going. But it's fantastic. It's really, 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 really good. I'm sure people have already been playing it because it's been out for a few days, but Death Stranding 2 absolutely rules. For anybody, I've gotten this question a couple of times. That's like, if I haven't played the first one, can I hop into the second one? I wouldn't advise it personally, just because of how much it uses the first one as a foundation. Like it genuinely is like a follow-up. It's a sequel in every, imagine of the word. It's not a Final Fantasy situation where it's like, oh, this is like, a new place with new people. No, this is like a genuine continuation. If you're going to try and hop into the second one without playing the first, I'd recommend watching a hearty story so far / like retrospective / like lore explained, because a lot of what they do with the second one is critical. Like you need to know a lot of what they do in the first one, not just even like the plot, but like explaining like, what are the beaches? What are the BTs? How does this world function? Why are we where we are globally? A lot of these things you need to know if you want the second one to make any sense whatsoever. So if you are going to hop into the second one, I would say at least watch a video. I would tell you to play the first one because they are pretty much like chapter 1 and chapter 2. But people go and do what they're going to do. And the other thing I've been playing is, while not a PlayStation game, I have to talk about this because it is eating me alive, is Persona 5 The Phantom X. They have made a Persona 5 gacha game, and this has now become my living hell because it is good. And that is the problem. Yes, Denny, I did not stutter. It is good. I've actually been getting a lot of free pulls just playing through the story. It is very, very story oriented, very much like, like the first like 3 or 4 hours are like you're playing Persona 5 again. Like the gacha stuff is like barely there, and then obviously it encroaches more, but like I've gotten a ton of free pulls. I'm loving it, and I'm scared because it's just sitting in the back of my brain. And apparently a lot of people, like, if you don't vibe as much with the first Palace, a lot of people didn't, and they brought in writers from Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 Strikers to help continue to write from Palace 2 onwards. And I've heard from Palace 2 onwards, there's a sharp jump as to like getting a lot better very, very quickly. So for anybody who love Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, I encourage you to check it out because I can't stop thinking about it and I cannot stop playing it. And it's actually pretty good, and now I'm really scared because I've tried to get into gacha games at different points. Like I played a bunch of Honkai, I played some Genshin, and they've never really stuck. This is made to take my wallet and my time away from me.
Take my breath away.
Yeah, and my breath. So prepare thyselves. Persona 5 Phantom X is pretty cool.
Man,
pretty
you
good.
get 0 references.
Yeah, that's fair.
No. Oh, forget it. Just
Let's start with the sadder story. Because Beat Saber is no longer going to get any new content. This is going from Chris Scully and over at Video Games
why
Chronicle.
is that? I thought the PSVR 2 was like the best thing ever.
One would think, but no longer will Beat Saber be getting content on PSVR and PSVR 2 with multiplayer to be dropped next year. All future content for the game, including new songs, will be released on MetaQuest and Steam, but will not be coming to either of PlayStation's VR devices. As we look to the future and plan the next big leap for Beat Saber, we made a decision to no longer release updates for PS4 and PS5 starting in June 2025. The studio said in a statement. This is wild, considering this is one of the VR games, regardless of where you play, and one of the best ones on PSVR and PSVR 2. Court, how are you feeling about this as a I don't know, is this even a canary in the coal mine, or is
no?
this
I think this is, well, yeah, it is. I sold my PSVR 2, as you remember.
I did,
and I did that because I was mad.
Yep.
And I said that they're not supporting this thing anymore, and they started like trickling out games, but no first party. When you have one of probably the biggest games on,
I would argue
PSVR2,
probably
yeah,
the biggest
game, not supporting it, that tells me there is no player base. No one is playing that game.
No one's buying the DLC.
No one's buying the DLC. No one is using the PSVR 2. It's dead. When the biggest game, the thing that everybody, it's the system seller, it's the Wii Sports, and no one's playing it. Sell your PSVR 2s, people, while you still can.
It just hurts, you know. You and I were such big believers of
I
this.
thought that the tech was fantastic.
Yeah, and the tech is fantastic, but it's like with no support, with the price being what it was, and like now Beat Saber, like something that's been in like the top 5, or at least the top 10, you know, most sold across the entire thing, for it to now them saying no more, guys. Our DLC clearly isn't selling enough for us to recoup the costs for porting it over to PSVR and PSVR 2. So I don't know. It's just sad,
dude. It's interesting. A couple years ago, when all this was coming out, they were putting out all these peripherals, and I turned to you. I was like, "Where the heck are the games?" And they put out the DualSense Edge, phenomenal controller. I like it better than my Elite Series 2 on my Xbox. I think the DualSense Edge is by far the best, premium controller. Especially how you can really change out the thumbsticks. I think it's genius. It's smart.
The thumbsticks, the remapping, the paddles, like everything.
Well, the remapping I wish could be better. I'm not that is
sure.
I do have an issue. I think the remapping on the Elite Series 2 was way better. I just think the functionality of the Edge is just better. I just think it's better. I just like the controller better. I like the feel in my hand. In fact, I do wish I could get, because that new Nintendo Switch 2, that damn controller. I don't know how Nintendo does it. It's light. It's got a crazy battery life, and the thing is just. It's fantastic. Is it not, Denny?
I love it. The sticks feel amazing,
dude.
On this
and
thing.
The back buttons, they figured it out.
You never accidentally hit them.
No. It feels so good to hold. I know, like, it feels weird because I feel like the reception online to the Switch 2 Pro controller has been pretty split, with some people not liking the way that it feels. I think
it's phenomenal. I think it's the best, because I don't consider it a premium controller because it's not that expensive.
Well, it's also like their only like actual controller. Like, it's not like they have like the DualSense, the DualSense Edge. This is just their Pro controller, and that's all it is.
Correct, because I think the DualSense Edge is definitely in the premium category. It has the case, has everything.
I
think premium category DualSense Edge. I think controller, the Nintendo Switch 2 controller, by far. I know they call it a Pro controller, but it's the controller. It by far is the best controller on the market. But I just look at all the peripherals that PlayStation has brought out over the years. 2 VR systems that they have not supported. And the support on the PSVR 2 like ended quickly, like within the first year, which was very frustrating because we saw those studios starting to close down. They had the PS Vita that they didn't support. We all loved it, but for some reason they didn't support it. They had the PlayStation Television, which was
Oh my god,
that's hilarious.
That's a
Didn't
throwback.
support it. They brought out the Portal. The reason why the Portal can live is because they don't have to support it.
they don't need to do anything.
They don't need to do anything. They can just bring it out, and they sold you something that unfortunately I can use my iPad to do. There's no extra, like if they bring out a handheld, we have a different conversation, like a Steam Deck type thing where you can actually put games on it. We have a totally different conversation. But when it's just a, playing something over Wi-Fi, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, all they have to do is make sure that like, is the internet working? Good. Then all our job is done. That is the extent of the things that we have to worry about when it comes to the Portal, and that is all the things that they have to do. Does this, and what's up, Bryce? PlayStation Hokage?
What up?
Hey,
His camera looks like it's in a different spot. Am I wrong?
It
It's
is.
higher up.
I've been testing out some stuffs.
I like it.
It's like he's in a fishbowl.
I started an OnlyFans. I told you I was coming in steaming hot.
I want that subscribe link yesterday.
For the longest
How-
time, I thought to the far right was a door.
I thought it is a door.
It is a door.
That is a door?
Yeah.
Oh, you just put the foam on the door. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could have sworn that we've seen people come through that door.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
Yep.
I'm like, did I have like a
There's-
fever
there's
dream?
Dark
many a
hardwood,
great
though.
clip.
You've got a chair. You must scratch the living daylights out of that dark hardwood.
Oh, there's like a mat on it.
Right here.
Otherwise,
Also,
your wife,
yes.
otherwise your wife would kill you.
Yeah. Well.
Right, my
there's
dude.
that.
What you been playing?
Oh,
How you
yo.
doing?
I don't know if any of you are gonna get this, but I'm a mommy. Mamacita. No one got it. That's for
Nah.
anyone out there that watches Love Island.
Okay.
That's
Why would I watch
literally-
that?
That's what my wife's watching these days. And there, sometimes I'm in the room and I'm like, there was an episode and I got invested and I was like, oh, and then the internet got all over my phone because Skynet is watching and all of the things. I'm scrolling through all of the things and all I hear is, I'm a mommy. Mamacita.
All right. Well,
There's lore.
Love Island, pay us.
No.
Pay us right now.
So
Of
have you
course,
been
I
playing
want
anything,
some
or
money.
have you just been binging Love Island?
I have been playing stuff.
What?
That's not
I
yourself.
have been playing
While
three
watching
games.
Love Island.
3 games.
Kind of like
Oh,
alternating through-
well done,
with the
Danny.
3. Touche. That registered a little bit later for me, but good. That was good. Nice mug. I have been playing Expedition 33. Still loving the crap out of that. I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima. Just like playing around with that, and also playing Borderlands. So
You went back.
playing, yeah.
Which
yeah,
one?
Yeah, I
All
am
3
back.
again?
No, just 3, because 3 is the one that I never completed the story for. So
Mhm.
with 4 coming out soon, I just want to kind of know what that story is going into that, so that I can kind of have a cohesive
Experience.
review of all, experience of all of it. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I've been playing.
Hell yeah. Let's talk about some PlayStation Plus. Let's
Okay.
mosey on over to some PlayStation Plus because we got our monthly games for the month of July. We are
Yeah.
getting Diablo 4, King of Fighters 15, and Jusant across the ball. And there's also a 15th anniversary celebration where you can wrestle. For all you wrestlers out there, you can jump into a game trial of WWE 2K25. Monster Hunter Wilds is also a game trial. There's a PlayStation
Did
Store.
you hear that game
Probably-
died?
Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I've heard
like
some
the
stuff
player
is going
base
on.
is like
98%.
gone.
Jeez.
Like
98%. It's
Dang.
gone.
Well, the title of this is the next title.
Well, and
update is
everybody was
supposed to
like,
hit.
we ran out of monsters.
Yeah, the next title update is supposed to hit soon, so I'm sure people will be back in soon enough. But Russ, to start with you, how are we feeling about that month?
Not much. I mean, King of Fighters, probably gonna like try it just because I've never played that one. you saw it. I've played, and that's kind of a cozy game. Yeah, it's either you love it or you hate it. And for Diablo fans, great. I actually have not been an avid Diablo player at all. Always said that I would, want to try it, but I don't think that I would have fun without people, and I kind of like need people to, jump in with me. So, yeah, I mean, it's a list.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Danny, how are you feeling?
It's
Yeah.
It's all right. I have Diablo 4, so I probably wouldn't pick that up again. I mean,
what
yeah,
happened there? Jesus. Sorry.
I'm just
Stuff
distracting.
is
people
happening.
today.
Rice
what
just like,
did I miss? I don't know.
Rice just went like a whole. Yeah, there we go. This looks like going from like Gears of War in like 2006 to like
the
Beyond
remastered
Two
edition.
Souls in like 2013.
Yes, all of the things.
Court, I feel like we haven't talked about this specific story together this week.
I was thinking when you started it up, I was like, I literally got deja vu. I'm like, wait a second, we literally have had this whole conversation already.
Yeah, on 3 Dads on a Console, where I guessed it this past Wednesday.
Actually, we even had the whole Matt got a whole like 15 to 20 minutes to talk about Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, Waba was waxing him poetic the whole time.
Yeah,
Sure.
Waba was waxing me while I could understand what he was saying in between bits of bleep bloops. How are we feeling, Court?
You know what? I always say this about this, but like Diablo, like it's a good game. If you haven't bought it, go out and play it. It's almost 2 years old.
2 years, yep.
I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole here again because I think we've got some people in here that I can get you with the gotchas. But this is another Xbox game hitting the service. There's a lot of Xbox games hitting the service, and it makes me think like a year from now we'll probably get Forza. I can see these games. There has to be some sort of marketing deal, some sort of something, because this is money. But if you're Xbox, what do you get out? Like besides the money factor, what are you getting out of this? Because I'm very interested by the 15th anniversary and I go into the store. The Xbox games aren't going on sale.
I think
continuously they're not on sale.
I think you've made a previous point where like some of these Xbox games, and like Diablo 4 was kind of like the last of the pre Xbox,
but it was
whatever.
We did look it up. It was the first Blizzard game to hit Game Pass.
It was the first Blizzard Game Pass post acquisition, but this came out before all of that happened. But I think you kind of hit the nail on it. Something that we've spoken about previously is that when these Xbox games hit PlayStation, a lot of them sell very, very well, but very, very, very well for a very short amount of time, and then if they feel to drop off a cliff. So in my mind, maybe if like so many people have already played these games, like your Forzas, your Indiana Jones, that like the people that have wanted to play it have played it. The people that were waiting for it to PlayStation have probably picked it up, or if not, will soon. Why not drop it? Like, why not get a fat stack of cash from PlayStation a year later and be like, yeah, we'll bring Indiana Jones over to extra or whatever. Like, why not take the money at that point if you're seeing sales kind of peter out?
Yeah, like I think one of the major things Xbox has for themselves is their games have DLC and add-on packs. And a game like Diablo is just Jesus. You can get the game for free and spend $100 within like 5 minutes of having the game.
Easy.
And I think Forza is a perfect example of what's going to happen. Like the DLC is still not on sale enough for me right now. It's like $40. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to wait till it's cheaper than that because it's going to happen. I think those type of games, but Indiana Jones, I don't like. There is a DLC coming, but it's like a level that's the weirdest. That was like we really want to figure out a way to get more money out of you, so we're going to do this. But I'm very interested to see the future of this partnership because the stuff Xbox doing is telling me over and over again that they're not a manufacturer of consoles, even though they keep saying they're going to do it. Why at this point? Because they pushing service. Like maybe they're buttering PlayStation up to eventually let them like
put it on
Game Pass on the system. Like if Game Pass is ever able to be played on the PlayStation, there is zero reason for Xbox to make a console. Zero.
Right.
I'm really curious as to how these sales will look like for not just like the next Xbox, but also like the ROG Xbox,
Yeah.
that we spoke about a week or two ago. Um, because I think you're right. If we ever see, and like we've spoken about this before, and like I kind of brushed you off the first time we talked about this, being like, there's no fucking way Game Pass ever hits PlayStation. There's not a prayer. And then
Right.
you kind of brought it back around, being like they could do like a Game Pass core where you have just like the first party titles hitting day and
Yeah.
date for X amount of money. They don't need to worry about all of the other deals. But
Yeah,
yeah,
PlayStation
why not?
doesn't care as long as they get their money, right?
Yeah, as long as they get a
Right.
a cut.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a world where I could see that conversation happening. I think honestly, the biggest tell before worrying about PlayStation, if Game Pass genuinely ever hits the Switch 2, I think that will be the kind of first shot. Because if you remember, it was Xbox and Nintendo that kind of brought on this new era of cross progression and
Yeah,
cross
for
play.
Fortnite.
While
It was
PlayStation,
Fortnite, right?
something like that. PlayStation was like,
Minecraft.
yeah, whatever it was, but they were like, yeah, let's play together. Like, like we're gonna allow these people to play across the system. And PlayStation was the one that was being like, no, we don't want it now. We don't have to worry about the safety of our kids or whatever the fuck they said.
Yeah, that's literally what they
Yeah,
said.
that's literally what they
Yeah.
said. So like if and then because it was across both and PlayStation got berated enough to finally be like, all right, fuck the kids, we'll let you guys play anywhere. I do feel that like if Game Pass were to ever hop over onto Nintendo's console, I think the likelihood of it coming to PlayStation goes up quite drastically. But if that never happens, I don't know if it'll ever hit PlayStation. Denny, do you see a future of a PlayStation Game Pass?
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, they're already putting out some games that are Microsoft first party already out there. Why not? Imagine the marketing that you could have when you can say you can play Xbox on a PlayStation.
Then you can literally say, like, you put a PlayStation in your "this is an Xbox" ad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, everything's an Xbox. That's why I was so confused on that handheld that came out. It was like, but why do I need this? The Steam Deck's already an Xbox.
And the ROG is already an Xbox.
Like those things are already Xbox.
Our phones.
What
Yeah.
do I need this
Xbox.
other
Our
Xbox?
children.
I already
Our
don't need
children
the
are
Xbox
Xboxes.
the Xbox Series X. But why do I
Mhm.
need the Xbox Series X handheld? Like why do I need this thing?
Right.
I wish I could tell you. It's going to be a very interesting because, like, already apparently there's scuttlebutt and rumors that the next generation is not that far ahead, which feels fucking insane for me. Like,
That
there's
feels,
talk about like
yeah,
2020, like 2027, 2028, which, like, looking at a calendar, sure makes sense.
2028 makes sense. It does.
Well, that's what I mean. But
Now,
from where we
does
from the
PlayStation give
games,
you a handheld?
I think they have to.
Not right out the gate.
No,
I think
they
they'll
do.
be. I think they'll be
You think?
announced simultaneously, whether they
Yeah.
both launch on the same day.
I don't think they'll launch the same day.
I could see like the handheld hitting 6 months to a year later, but
Ah,
I could totally see them being
Dude.
like, here's the PS6, here's all the things it could do, here's the Vita 2, here's all the things that it could do. PS6 January 2028 and the other one August or whatever. Because
dude,
like
I say they launch at the same time, and you can buy them separately or you can buy them together. And one will be like a G Note, and the other one will be $500 each. Like which way you want to go, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be there won't be a dock though. There's no dock.
no. This will be like a separate like
Correct.
existing thing.
It's your PlayStation on the go. It's like
Yep.
it's PlayStation Go.
PlayStation
Launch
Go is
title Last of Us.
The mobile edition.
back, but like the 2013 version.
Yes.
Not even like the remake. And you'll have to pay for Astro's Playroom. Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
I do think those two things will exist. I don't know whether they're gonna hit at the same time. I do like the idea, Court, of like bundling them together saves you money.
Yeah,
But,
like $10. This is PlayStation.
yeah,
Plus,
no, it's not gonna be
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. And like be a PlayStation Plus by that point was gonna be like $600 and your firstborn. So
Oh my god.
yeah. All right, guys. Let's
Well,
talk.
we didn't hear from Rice, Captain
Rice.
Xbox himself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Captain Xbox. For what are we? What's the question?
Do you think Game Pass is gonna come to PlayStation?
Not for a while. I mean, like the inferences that they would probably or they could like hang out on the Switch. I think that's more likely. But it's I think we've echoed this over and over again. We just don't know. We just don't know how Xbox is moving, why Xbox is moving in the way that they are. And so like it's all a surprise while not being surprising at all at the same time. Do you know what I'm saying? Here's
no,
here's
your face
hardware
isn't
that you
even
don't need.
Do you think?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out for me. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you cut
Oh,
it
my
in and out
bad.
for a sec there. You good? I do wonder if the next Xbox hardware could be the last. I mean, like we've heard rumblings about these layoffs. We
Right.
haven't had. I don't think we've had anything like officially confirmed as of yet. But like if the next Xbox hardware comes out and it flops straight onto its face, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get any more Xbox
Call
hardware.
it the last box.
The last box.
This sounds
Xbox
weird, but I don't
final.
like I said, I've been doing this like sort of like what do you invest in type thing. And kids are where things are going. That's how you can tell what's gonna sell,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I've been asking like parents and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, do you guys have consoles? Almost every single one of them's like, yeah, well, we have a Nintendo. Okay, well, I'm like, do you have an Xbox or a PlayStation? Well, we have a PlayStation and an iPad. It's like, oh, okay. I have yet to hear someone be like, well, I bought my kid an Xbox. The parent, for some reason, always has an Xbox, but their kids are on PlayStation or Nintendo or iPad. PlayStation, Nintendo, or tablet. There is no kid where it's like, I'm on my Xbox.
Are
I don't hear it.
Kid-friendly games on Xbox even?
Well, they're the same games that are on PlayStation.
Like
that are
besides
on Xbox.
Fortnite and I don't know, is Roblox on Xbox?
Yeah.
Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, I will say this as a parent: Roblox is not kid friendly, and I stopped letting my daughter play it.
Yeah, Roblox is.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff on there.
It is like
There's some
hella
weird stuff.
predatory.
Yeah, it's terrible, dude. It got nope.
Yeah.
You are not playing that game anymore, and she's okay with it. She's playing other games. She started playing Animal Crossing, and I was like, fine, get into that. That's your new thing.
Yeah.
But Roblox is it's done forever. It's I'd rather her play Fortnite.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
100%.
All day long.
Yeah, without even a question.
Yeah. But no, I would think, Denny, the only thing I would think that PlayStation has for kid-friendly wise is one thing is they've been very smart with their PlayStation Plus offerings, where they have a game that is, and Matt and I noticed this about a year and a half ago when they started throwing all the Lego games there. And I said to Matt, I was like, they're doing something here. And you look, I know you said it's like it's not for everybody, but you just said it yourself. It's a cozy game, right? Well, that's a game someone can play in front of their kid. Not necessarily a kid's game, but they can play in front of their kid. So it's almost like every month they have a game. And Xbox now, it's just like their list when it comes out now for Game Pass. You're just like, I don't even know what this is. And then I see people online like championing. I'm like, what are you championing? There's nothing there. But Astrobot is a perfect example of a great game that kids will play and they'll love. And everybody likes it. And you can get skins and you can dress up the character of your favorite PlayStation character. But it's an easy sell to get a PlayStation because there's all that to do. The Xbox is a hard sell right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. Huge.
Especially with after the price increase and how expensive Game Pass is. Because like if you're getting an Xbox at this point, you should have Game Pass. You know what I mean? It's almost not worth it if you don't have it. So it's like you're kind of buying into that another subscription after paying for, an incredibly expensive console. Not to say the PlayStation's not expensive, but Game Pass at this point still is more expensive. It just is.
I would even go as far to say is the iPads and the tablets far outnumber the consoles.
Oh, easy. Yeah. By a landslide.
Yeah. Like my daughter doesn't even need a controller, and I think it's psycho.
Yeah, dude. I see kids,
true.
I see some of these kids like whirling and twirling on their with like touch controls. I'm like, how do you do it?
Yeah, that's
your ways.
But they don't know any different. Some of them don't know any different. So like
I'll even tell my daughter, like,
the hardware
you can
we
hook
use.
the controller up. Like we can, wire. She's like, why do I need to do that? I'm like, why wouldn't you need to do that?
Yeah, I've seen kids play touch screen Fortnite, and that shit is crazy,
dude. Wild. Yeah, literally, I was just like with my cousins over the weekend, and like one of them he's younger, and I was like, "What have you been playing? Like, what's good?" And he's like, "Oh, Fortnite." And then he whips out his tablet and he starts running around and mucking fools on Fortnite. And I'm like, how do you do those things, child? How do you do that? I don't understand. These things that you
Crazy.
do with these hands and fingers don't make sense to me. I need a
But
physical thing.
Nintendo's also got them too. Like they all play Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's kind of impressive how much Nintendo's held on to like that, like to their we're for kids mentality. Over the
Still
last
to this
number
day,
of
I'll
years.
say it. I'll say it. I'll beat that drum. They are not for kids.
No,
Nintendo?
but they have that image.
You want to know why, Rice?
What's that?
Games are $100. Console is
Oh.
$500.
Sure.
That's
They
adult
never
money
go
right
on
there.
sale. They never go on sale. Yes,
I-
they're online is cheap, but they never go on sale. They do.
Yeah,
like,
They're for
6
naive
years after they're
grandparents
released.
buying for their kids.
Listen, they still have that image. I don't disagree with you. I think Nintendo is actually one of the, especially this generation, is one of the most anti-consumer gaming companies out there. But
Sure.
they
They're not a
still
gaming
maintain
company,
that
Matt. They say
they-
they're a toy company.
they're a toy company. Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
They still have that image.
Yeah.
They still have that image, which is kudos to them.
Well, yeah, they got Pokemon. That's
They
why
got
you can
Pokemon.
never get rid of Nintendo.
They got
They have-
Pokemon. They
yeah.
got Mario,
They got
And
Pokemon and
Mii's.
Mario.
and
And
can
for
still
everybody
create
our
these.
age, we're like, "Ooh, they've got Metroid and Zelda," and all the kids are like, "Who? What? No one cares."
what did you just Metroid a Zelda into? What do you
It's
mean?
like, think about it. My daughter, I showed her Breath of the Wild and I showed her Link's Awakening. She's like, Link's Awakening, that's amazing. This other thing, nope.
Breath of the Wild is not. Yeah,
No.
yeah. I hear that. I hear
Yeah.
that because
That's not a
it's
kid's
just a
game.
hard. Yeah, yeah. There's a
There's too many like
the
systems.
point of entry is difficult.
Mhm.
That's for the people who grew up with Zelda.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's for. But unfortunately, I am those people and I got older and it's like, I got time for that shit.
Yeah,
Fair point. Fair
Yes,
but
point.
if it was
do.
infamous,
Don't say it.
Infamous of the wild. Let's talk about games of the year so far, folks. We're halfway through the year officially. We've had in Matt's world a fucking banger of a year. I'm genuinely struggling to put my top 3 together.
I was
I'm-
laughing.
I'm like I have so many games on this list that I'm struggling to really number them entirely. But we're going to talk about them. We're going to run through our
Sure.
3 favorite games of the year thus far. Each we'll start with we're not going to we'll number them. We'll start with number 3, go around the horn, and then kind of silo back up to number 1. Then let's start with you. What's your 3rd favorite game of the year so far?
Can we put the preface on it?
What?
Doesn't necessarily have had to come out this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
Danny. It's just something you played this year because otherwise Court's got nothing.
Court still has
It's got
3 games
one
that
game.
Court still has 3 games that came out this year, but
Court has the Division 2 DLC.
Dude, it's up. Dude, I'm loving
It's
it.
so good. It's so
it-
good.
Have you played it?
I played a little bit. I just
It's
started it.
So good. It's so good.
hit me with your number 3, Denny.
I'm gonna go with Oblivion Remastered.
Okay, tell me why. Tell
Um,
me why. I got you on
Ain't
that one.
nothing but a heartache.
Tell
No, okay,
me why.
It's gonna be. Oh, that's a different band.
wrong song.
It's gonna be tonight.
Yeah,
We're-
so Oblivion Remastered.
Friggin'
Yeah.
rocker.
It's just a fun nostalgia trip for me.
Mhm.
I had fun with it back then. I had fun with it now. So appreciate some of the quality of life changes, but all in all, it reminds me of a simpler time. So it's my game of the year, or not my game of the year. It's number 3.
A simpler time. What a
Simpler.
nice touchstone and back on the handrails of memory as you go towards the escalator of death. Rice, what's your number 3? Oh my god.
Oh,
That
am
was
I
a
Stop
changing?
playing with the Chrome.
Yeah, I'm
The
playing with the
Chroma.
stuff.
Just stop,
Okay.
dude. Leave the. Why don't you do your little testing when you're not doing a podcast?
Sorry.
Rice, we
I'm
have to go old
distracting
school with
Court.
this. I'm
'Cause,
gonna
like, 5 minutes later, it's gonna be like, "What did you just say? I don't know.
Like,
What are
he's
what are
gonna
we
be
even talking
flipped,
about?"
switched and turned upside down.
Start playing with your
Okay, my
filters so you look like
first
a cat.
entry.
Mm.
My first entry.
Number
All right,
chest.
can I also ask us if the stipulation is that we've had to have played the game?
Yes.
What the fuck do you what does that mean?
Yeah.
Dude,
so
How are you gonna
Ghost
rate
of-
a game if you haven't played it?
I don't give a fuck. Ghost of Yote is gonna be on my list.
Okay,
Oh,
no, but
That's a
dude.
it's of the year so far.
So
So
far. Okay, so
far.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good. Okay.
Jesus,
So
man.
far,
It was in the chat. Read the chat.
my number 3. My number
Embarrassing.
3.
I thought I was gonna be the embarrassing.
Donkey
one.
Kong Bonanza and my number 1 Borderlands 4. All of these are gonna be on my list, but none of them are out now,
I
motherfuckers.
was also gonna put Death Stranding, but I haven't played it yet. Okay, so my number 3 then will be Split Fiction.
Okay.
I think it's a worthy contender. I think that upon its launch, people realize like what fun it was to play games on a couch again. Even if you can't play online, I think the allure of this was that you can play with people in the
Allure.
room. So allure.
Allure.
ESL, sorry. Yeah, that's my number 3.
Nice. And you have played at least some of it?
I have.
Okay.
I love how you had to make sure.
just double checking, because clearly the parameters of the question
Yeah,
were
he
not evident
just-
the first time
He
around.
just does what he wants, eh?
Well, I mean, okay, another one was Blueprints, but I honestly that would be like bumped down to number
That's like
4.
that's like an honorable mention. We'll do honorable
It's an
mentions. We'll do some
honorable
too.
mention for that. It's just that I don't think it's going to win, unfortunately.
Okay.
But there's no winner here.
I
just
know,
your
man,
personal-
but there's a potential game of the year.
No,
I mean,
it's
I don't
not.
think
That's not the conversation. You're not understanding the question.
it's game of the year for
No,
you.
your game of the
Yeah,
year.
my
so far.
So
So
far,
far.
your game, the game that you like. Who cares
So
what I
so
like?
it still stands. It still stands. Blueprints is an honorable mention. This is what happens when I come late.
What the hell's going on?
Court, what's your number 3? If you have any honorable mentions, toss them out as well.
Oh, well, I would like to say Dragon Age, but because it came out so late in the year.
Sure.
But no, it doesn't, because it came. I just looked it up. My first trophy was in December, so the game came out in December. That doesn't count. It's got to come out in
interesting.
January, right? Well, no, isn't that the new year, January? Even though it couldn't be in the Game Awards, definitely wouldn't have won one. But
Yeah, true.
I really liked it. I know not everybody else did. I thought
Mm.
the game was great. I remember, Matt, I was like going for the plot. I really liked that game.
You
And
did.
you could have sex with a bunch of different people. Like,
Yeah.
the game was fantastic.
It won a lot of Canadian Game Awards.
It did win
I-
a lot of
You know what? I don't care. I'm throwing it in. I
Yeah,
feel
dude,
like
yeah.
I
still played it
really
this
like
year.
Dragon Age. That game was fantastic. I
Mhm.
played it from start to finish. It did everything. I got the platinum. I like that game.
Yeah, and you
I
still
had to
played
go back
it this
and
year, so it still
manipulate a
counts.
save to get the platinum.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Save scum. Who's got time for these multiple playthroughs for one difference of a choice?
That was what annoyed me. You could get every trophy through one playthrough except one, because there was 2 separate. And I didn't know until Matt was like, "What? You didn't do a separate save?" And then I looked back and I was like, "Oh my god, I found it! Oh my god!"
Yeah, I remember you mentioned to me, you're like, I can't get the platinum. I'm like, that game actually is pretty generous with its auto saves, and there's quite a few of them if you go back and look through them. And lo and behold, it worked out for good old boy Court over here. Sheesh. Okay, some honorable mentions for me. I gotta toss out Monster Hunter Wilds. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
but
no one else is
number
though.
3. Yep.
No,
I didn't
they
want
did.
honorable
They
mentions.
just
All
dropped
right,
off.
hold on. I didn't get any honorable mentions.
I said do honorable mentions in your number
Okay.
3.
I'll do and
Honorable.
because they can't be counting.
Mm.
But I really liked NHL 25 and MLB The Show this year. I thought they were fantastic. I like sports games, but
That's good.
I don't.
You did.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I think NHL did a very good job on the gameplay. Their hut needs to get all the gotchas out of there. They way too many gotchas in there. But MLB The Show, they went back to the roots and it was phenomenal.
Hell yeah. I know you had the love and hate with MLB last year, so I'm glad we're back. We're back to a better place this year. More honorable mentions for me. I gotta toss out Haste. That game fucking rules. It's just a lot of fun. It's just
Don't even know
gameplay.
what it is. Yeah.
Just gameplay all day. KCD 2. I haven't finished it, so I don't want to put it on my list. And Promise Ascot Agency rules. And in terms of my number 3, I have to make that decision. Citizen Sleeper 2. Citizen Sleeper 2. Citizen Sleeper 1 was my game of the year. The year it came out, I absolutely fell in love with it, and I loved the second one. It is absolutely fantastic. They take everything that made the first one fantastic and they make it better. The crew aspect and just so many the dice rolls and just how tense and tight and how difficult everything is.
Tight.
It's just so good. It's so very, very, very good. So I've gotta give it up for Citizen Sleeper 3 Citizen Sleeper 2 in my number 3 spot. Denny, we didn't do honorable mentions for you. So do you have any honorable mentions before we get to your number 2?
I do. I'll give it to Civ 7.
Okay.
I
an
was
honorable
about
mention.
to. You know what? I have my issues with that game.
I mean, I haven't
Spicy.
played a Civ game in a while, and I bought
Hold
it
on, but
on
you
my
have
Switch.
played this one, right? Just
I own
to
it
be
for
clear
this-
here.
Yeah, no, I do. I own it for
Okay.
the Switch too, so I have fun playing it in mouse mode.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun.
Okay,
I'll give it
good.
to it. Okay.
I was gonna
Honorable
say.
mention.
So my issue with it is, it's very good, but on the PlayStation, it is so bunch of assholes not giving you trophies. Like Jesus Murphy. Like it doesn't give you trophies, man. You could play it for like 7 hours. Nope.
Not a single trophy, eh?
Nope. You gotta finish it. Like you gotta like have like 15 different playthroughs. And I'm just like, what is this?
Bryce, you got to say it right. It's so bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
So bunch of
bunch of assholes.
I was thinking of a whole bunch of different words, and I was like, none of them are appropriate. This is the best I can do. Asshole.
We just funneled straight to that one.
No.
fuckled.
Ooh. I like
Wow.
that. Fuckled.
No one uses F-bombs on this show. Jesus.
I think I've swore a few times this episode. That's just where I'm at today.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back.
You want to hear something hilarious? I'll say this. I listened to this hockey podcast called What Chaos. I like it because I know the guys real well. But my daughter pointed something out to me this morning. I was like watching it, and my daughter turns to me. She goes, "Daddy, why are they unintellectual?" And I was like,
Nice word drop.
I was like,
Damn.
huh? And she goes,
Pop off, kid.
they think that they can use this word all the time, but really just makes them not sound smart. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, well, they're using the F-bomb. She's like, they're using it to describe so many different things that it's lost all meaning. And I was like,
Is your daughter my grade 12 English teacher?
dude, I was just like,
What?
what?
Racing a philosopher?
What is happening here? She's like, well, we've learned in school that word is meaningless at this point, and there's just no point in using it. And I was
That's
like,
fair.
It's a good way to tackle that.
okay. And
Because
she's
it isn't
like,
a
well,
word anymore.
I was like, she goes, well, the whole meaning of the word, no
Yeah,
one
it's an
uses it for that
identity.
meaning anymore.
Mm.
And I was like, well, people use it. She goes, but if you use it over and over again in a sentence, Bryce, can you please just stop?
Sorry, that time I did it on purpose.
Audio listeners, Bryce has been fucking with his camera this entire time, and he just got real close into one eye. Like he just zoomed in real tight out of nowhere, and that absolutely took me out.
But I have to agree with her.
She's not wrong.
She's
The
not
word,
wrong at all.
I
Not wrong at
don't
all.
use it that often anymore. And I was just like, there's got to be a way for a society, because I think we use it now as a crutch. It's like, I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to use this word.
I
That's
just
fair.
It's not even a
like the
bad word anymore.
It's just a fun word to say.
Is it though?
That's I get the argument for yeah, no, I understand the argument. Yeah.
I don't think she's wrong by any stretch of the imagination,
Mm-hmm.
but nothing
I'm
wrong
gonna
with
say
it.
it though.
You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what,
still
Matt?
saying it, though.
I'll cancel it somehow, and then you can't use it anymore.
Ooh.
Then we'll have to start saying
Figure it out.
So saying what? We could say Farkle.
Danny, what's
That's
your,
a game
did
that
you tell me
kids
your number
play.
two? Danny, tell me your number two.
My number 2 is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Nice. Okay.
That's a
It's
good
Good
fun.
time. Good
It's
time.
good.
Not
Quick,
ninjas.
exciting time. I like ninjas. There you go. Game of the year so far. Runner up.
Runner up. Rise with your number two.
Shadows.
Just a concept.
No.
I,
Whoa. Court's like, man, I gotta go to bed, bro.
Dude, I do have to go to bed in 9 minutes.
Yeah, I got
Assassin's Creed Shadows. I played the crap out of that game. I had been waiting for Assassin's Creed Japan forever, so
Mhm.
so that gets on the list.
I'm glad it clicked.
And I played it
this year.
this year.
He's
Right.
like, and I played it.
And we're back. Court, hit me with the number two.
Division 2 DLC. It's been phenomenal. I played the living daylights out of it. It's great.
Dude,
Let's
given how
go.
much you love
It
that
came out
game and
this
how
year.
many 100% and how many hours you've sunk into it, I'm really happy to hear that this long after launch they
Yo,
put out
for
a
real.
banger DLC that people vibe with.
506 hours.
Impressive.
And
dude.
and how many years now? It's 7, 8
PS4
years?
came out.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
And it's still it's going strong.
I know, and to be
No, I
going
think
this strong.
it's 5
2019.
years? Yeah.
2019. Wild times, dude. Yeah.
Dude, I love it. I love the game.
Word.
I like genuinely so stoked for you that thing's still going that strong. My number two is going to be Death Stranding 2. Loved it. Some recency bias in here, I'm sure. But it's fantastic. I've talked about it at the top of the show why I love it so much. Combat's great, story's great. I love the trekking. One of the most staggeringly beautiful games I've ever played. Death Stranding 2 is my number 2 game of the year. My runner-up game of the year so far. Denny, hit me with that number 1 slot.
I think it's pretty obvious.
Mhm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. No. Expedition 33 obviously is my game of the year so far. It's a great fucking RPG. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
That's all that
Mhm.
needs to be said.
Yeah,
Well,
you unintellectual.
well, to be fair, it is an FRPG.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
You
true.
know?
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
it's made in France,
That's-
right?
I'm saying
Well
Isn't
done.
it also a JRPG then?
it is a JRPG.
Okay.
It is a
J-
JRPG.
JRPG.
So,
JRPG. I
apparently
am.
we are the RPG now.
We are the RPG now.
Je pense que. Sorry.
Sacrament tabarnak.
Fuck.
Yes.
That
Japan?
means seal.
Stop.
It means seal. La fuck. I'm just saying. Rice, what's your number 1?
Oh,
That you
same thing, bro. Expedition 33, hands down. Hands friggin' down right now. Until Ghost of Yotei comes out. We'll see.
Okay. I like that. I like it. Court, what's your number 1?
Ah, it's Assassin's Creed Shadows.
But have you played
Oh,
it?
I finished it. I played even the new DLC, the Dead for Daylight, which I didn't like, but I still played it just because I was like, "There's a trophy, I'm gonna go get it."
Yeah.
Because I platinum that, so I'm like, I can't not have other trophies pop into my screen. It makes the thing not say it's 100%. Not cool. There's huge updates coming. They continuously give me reasons to go back and play it. As much as everybody's like Ubisoft, I'm like, they give you so much bang for your buck. I'm sorry, they do.
They do.
Bang for your
They do.
buck.
There's things about it I wish would be better, but I haven't played as many games as you guys, and Assassin's Creed is just great.
Dude, but you're also like an Assassin's Creed stan. You like the
Yes.
franchise.
Facts.
Again, this
Mhm.
this specific
2
entry is one you
Ubisoft
can-
games on my list.
There you go. Pop off, King.
I don't think anyone
Um,
else has that.
My
Like
not many.
anywhere. Anywhere else.
I'm probably gonna get canceled later on just for having 2 Ubisoft games
No,
on
no,
my
no.
list.
You're gonna get canceled for this because my number 1.
What's what? Oh yeah, that's funny. That's okay. I haven't even added games.
Oh my god.
I know.
forgot
I just
my
had to bring it back.
login to this.
Yeah, Expedition 33 is obviously mine. I like just oh god, we could go at lengths about why I'm genuinely surprised that it's 3 out of 4 here. Which makes my heart
I'm
very,
not.
very
You
happy.
guys are like all like reach around each other over JRPGs.
Not Rice.
JRPGs.
Not Rice. Rice isn't.
I'm
that heavy.
probably least like
least
Well,
reach
you
around.
like,
connected
you like
to-
Destiny too. Like, oof.
yeah, exactly. I'm weirdo. I like weird things.
You're like
you know,
you're like
so-
a pointer in the thumb.
He
not,
likes
not
to use
full hand.
Vaseline instead of lube. Like
absolutely the fact that Expedition 33 made my list is like it was just it's so good.
Mhm.
Also, I didn't know that Charlie Cox plays
Jesus.
Gustav.
Charlie Cox.
I didn't know
plays,
that.
plays Gustav.
I
Yeah.
did not know
Mhm.
this.
Ben Starr, and then obviously I forgot her name, but the voice of Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. That voice has
Yes,
is stacked.
it's
the fuck up.
stacked.
One last question before we head into questions. Do you see anything taking that number 1 spot that's coming out in the back half of the year? Denny, is there anything that can dethrone Expedition 33 in your mind?
No.
Okay.
Not for me.
Rice?
Potentially Yote.
Yeah,
Potentially.
potentially. Court, anything that you think that will dethrone Shadows?
yeah, Ghost of Yotei. Like I'm just waiting for it to just destroy it.
Yes, sir.
Ghost of Tsushima was probably one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just gonna get trounced as soon as that Assassin's Creed. I'm a stan, but I am Ghost it's there.
Sorry, I'm gonna just have to go to dictionary.com for the word trounced.
Really?
Defeat heavily in a contest. Yes.
Whatever,
Really? Never used that word?
whatever energy Rice is on today, it just makes my heart happy. You know,
My niece won gold in her baseball
Perfect.
tournament. So
perfect.
Awesome.
Whatever you drank or smoke in between that and now, it's fantastic. A plus. And if it's nothing, that just that natural Rice energy and BO, I need that bottled up. Yeah, I think for me, I could see an argument for Ghost of Yotei, but honestly, I don't know if anything's going to take my top spot. I'm expecting Ghost of Yotei to be more of what make Ghost of Tsushima great, and that is
Fair.
of the highest caliber. But I don't think anything is going to surprise me as much as
Agreed on
Expedition
that.
33
Yep.
has. With the one dark horse being Digimon Story Time Stranger, you never know what's going to happen when Digimon enters the picture.
That is
So
a
you know
really
what I mean?
dark horse.
And
Yeah.
anything could happen. Anything could happen. Let's round it out with some questions. Bobby writes in saying, "Is Court going to play Expedition 33?"
No.
Moving
Please.
No, how about this?
He's true to himself, guys.
I will say this.
on. It's not a court game.
I paid for Final Fantasy. I did all that. I did like Visions of Mana.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
I
Yeah,
like
but
that
you also
game. I played
game.
it this year.
but you also played a bunch of that with your daughter.
Yes. True story.
If I buy you Expedition 33, will you play it?
Ooh,
Yes.
interesting.
I don't.
Interesting. What an
Do you
interesting
think I would like it, Matt?
predicament.
Do you think I would like it?
10%, maybe. I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't go more than that.
Is
You're
the
not a
story
trick.
good?
Phenomenal. One of the best parts. The story is genuinely incredible, and it hooks you in from the first
Oh
30
my
minutes.
god, does
I
it?
I cried in the first half an hour.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
cried a bunch
Yep.
more times throughout the rest of it.
The cinematics
I think-
alone are so moving.
I think your biggest issue will be the combat. If it connects with you, because it's turn-based, but it's also very active. So like if it connects
Is
with
it
you,
like Final Fantasy? What was the Final Fantasy where we had the car?
15. No,
no,
like
no,
that.
15,
That's a
no.
little more action oriented. This is still turn based, but you're not just sitting there like mashing A to like get through a fight.
yeah,
It's
like
very
even if
involved.
like
Intuitive.
you have to like hit, but it's like
Don't
like
waste
quick,
your money, Denny.
like quick time events pop up. Like you have
Yeah.
to, if you hit X at the right time,
I've
you'll
already
do more
added it to
damage.
cart.
I
Jesus.
think if the combat clicks with you, you'll like the rest of it. But my biggest worry for you is the combat.
I'll split it with you, Denny.
Okay,
I'll split it with you too, Denny.
fantastic. There you go. Now Court's got to play it.
Done deal.
let's
it's like
go.
Final Fantasy all over again.
But you
No, I
played,
promise you it won't be.
15.
Dude,
Besides 13, that might be one of the.
No,
No,
the
but
last-
he also played a lot of 16.
okay.
a lot. I put like 30 hours in
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like legit.
16 was good.
Okay, so there you go, Bobby. Court's gonna at least try it out. Deniro Kun writes in saying, "Remember that episode of Simpsons where Homer and Mr. Burns get stuck in a cabin? Since it's cottage season, which PlayStation character would you not want to share a cabin with?" Court, what's a PlayStation character you do not want to share a
Oh,
cabin
I
with?
was about to say like Simpsons character is gonna be like Sideshow Bob because we were just talking. Anyways,
Sideshow Bob.
Who's the
I would-
Sideshow
Sweet
Bob
Tooth,
of
Sweet
PlayStation
Tooth,
games?
Sweet Tooth for
Ooh,
sure.
good answer.
Yeah, like he's a pervert. Like I'm done.
Good answer.
true.
Sweet Tooth requires no further explanation.
Yeah.
Denny, who would you not want to share a cabin with?
Oh, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, we'll come back.
Yeah, I gotta look up his name.
Rice, tell me.
That kid who says, eh?
What?
This is what?
You're gonna have to explain.
Hold
Wait,
on,
wait,
what's his
what do they
name?
say?
What's his name?
What just happened?
This is a
Uh,
PlayStation character?
You're not talking about Nelson, are you?
Yeah, Nelson. That
That's
guy.
from The Simpsons, bro.
Yeah, no. We're not.
Oh, what was the question? I heard Simpson.
I just,
And
Right.
oh my god.
For my
I meant
last
to wear it
show, you have not paid attention at all.
I just
No. 100,000%.
what PlayStation character would you
Uh-huh.
not want to share a cabin with? PlayStation character, my bro.
Why did I hear Simpson
that
character?
was
That's how we
part of-
started
that
the
was part-
question.
that was the setup.
Oh, that
like
was the preface.
preamble. The preamble to the
I
question.
got stuck on that. My ADHD. Okay.
Clearly.
So, PlayStation character, I would not want to get stuck in a
cabin with.
cabin
Yes.
with.
We'll come back to you. For me, my answer
Yeah.
is Kratos. For
I was
similar
gonna
reasons,
s-
similar reasons as the court. I feel like that's a lot of man in there. I feel like he probably smells. I don't think Kratos
I
is
was
like
thinking
is
that
a BO
too.
person. Plus, that runs the risk of having the cabin like fucking decimated in the middle of the night because somebody wants to pick a fight, and I'm just gonna be cowering in the corner
Gonna pick
like a
a
little
fight.
bitch. So I
You
Kratos
would
is
be
my answer.
cowering in the corner like a little bit.
1000%. Anybody coming at Kratos, you think I stand a chance with?
No, you are a little bitch. It's fine.
Yeah, 1000%. 1000% would I be? I'd be hiding and carrying for my goddamn life. Denny,
Yes.
considering Rice just figured out the question about 30 seconds ago, who's your PlayStation character that you don't want to share a cabin with?
The guy from Infamous, I can't remember his name right now.
Delson?
Oh, he's
Sure.
the worst.
Yeah.
He's the worst. Matt likes him too. He's the worst.
I said he's fine.
No,
I don't not like him.
He's terrible.
He's a good character.
He is bad
Overhated.
writing. I'm sorry.
Nope. He's got a beanie.
Mm,
He's got a beanie.
all right.
Rice. What
Joel Miller.
PlayStation? Okay, tell me what. Tell me why.
That was a scary mother frigger, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Mother Frigger?
Mother Frigga.
I didn't want to sound like an unintellectual.
You did.
Yep.
Why you
Landed that. Stuck that landing.
Intellectual.
Stuck that landing.
That dude's a scary man. Like, I know that people are like, yes, Joel's the hero, but like, no, Joel's dangerous and
I
scary.
feel like
and
he'd wake up in the middle of the night and he'd just be like sitting on the bed.
he would
looking
just
at
be
you.
waiting for you.
Yeah,
and
you know
you
what I
would
mean?
be tied up or
He
yeah.
just sits there and pats the bed down and goes, "Don't worry, I'll make it quick."
Exactly that.
Just
And then not
be-
make it quick, slowly kill you. Yeah, Joel Miller, scary. That's the question, right?
That's a question, buddy.
That's
Yeah,
the
we got
answer.
that.
Yeah.
We got
Also,
that.
they've
That was the
anyway,
answer. Thank
on
you,
the
Daddy.
topic of the Simpsons, though, they are killing off a major character.
We talked
already
about this.
did.
Yeah, we already did
Oh,
this.
March
Oh, we
dead.
already
Bro.
did this
Yeah.
when you were okay. Sorry. All right.
No,
well,
when you were not here, before you came.
oh well, fuck.
March dead. There you go. Unbelievable.
Spoiler alert.
Before we round out the show, Court, you want to tell us a little something that Rice is going to learn live?
Well, because it's for funny, because he hasn't been here and he hasn't been paying attention, so he's not even going to listen. It doesn't even.
Right.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm here.
So-
I'm here.
Rice, eyes up.
I'm here.
Focus.
My daughter has made red hockey, and
Ooh.
because of that, my schedule will
That
not
is
allow.
not. That is not the new. That is not the new information.
But it's
Oh.
good
No,
information.
But
It is
I
good
was,
information.
I was getting to it though.
I know.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to Rice.
Because of my familia things I have to do in my life, I will not be able to do this show for the foreseeable future until I will be able to come on from time to time. But Matt and I discussed because of
Oh,
I would be just pushing myself to a limit that is just not there.
yeah.
She's got hockey 4 days a week, including this on a Sunday.
Commitment. yeah.
And she's got dryland training, and she's got for the winter.
Yeah.
Unless a big game comes out and I'm playing it, I can come on and have a conversation, or I want to talk to you people, and Rice not listen.
Goons.
Goons.
So I have to take a break from the show.
Yeah, that's
due
absolutely
to-
fair.
Due to commitments to family. I have no other choice.
Yeah. Court
Yeah.
was. I use this analogy or metaphor, whichever one of the two it is, before we started. But it's like, when like on a
Metaphor
TV show.
Fantasio.
Yeah,
Look what I just did there.
You were very close.
That was good.
Fantasio.
Damn it.
When a character on like a sitcom goes from like a series regular to a guest star in between seasons, you know what I mean? And then like they get bumped back up. That's what's gonna happen. Of course, just taking some time off. He's taking a step back to.
Those are
focus on
Hall of
things.
Fame moves.
I'm saying.
You know,
I'm saying because that return is celebratory. You know what I mean?
listen,
That's
his chiseled face is already in the Hall of
Dude,
Fame in my
I
brain.
for her games, some of them are in Thunder Bay.
it's
Oh,
okay.
really?
Because
Yeah.
you're
You're
gonna be able to
traveling and
play.
stuff,
Yeah,
too.
so we have to like stay over. So like for when we play some of these teams, we'll have to go on a Friday night,
Right.
stay overnight, and come home Sunday.
But you know what's great? You're gonna
Yeah.
have your iPad, you're gonna have your DualSense, and you're gonna have a copy of Expedition 33 to keep you busy. So next time you're here, we'll definitely catch up
Well, I
with
guess
that.
I'll have to come back to talk about this game if I actually play it.
I'm saying
When
he's
you
gonna,
actually play
he's gonna
it.
come back
When?
and be like, guys,
Yeah,
my game of the
I
year
don't see it.
done.
I opened up my PlayStation store. I'm like, nope, it's not there. I was actually looking at the sales. I was like, should I buy Bully? It's $11.99.
Oh, Bully. That's
never
a
played
good
it.
one.
I've never played it either.
It's a deep cut, man. I was gonna say I completely understand the rep sports
Yeah.
thing. Like supporting my nieces in their sports and stuff. So yeah, that's valid. Family.
I
first.
also have a more demanding job than I've ever had. Matt
Mhm.
Matt knows this. So in the
in
last
that right.
in the last month and a half, I have been to Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, and Montreal.
Mhm.
In
You
the
know
last
that
month and a half.
that Animaniacs like countries of the world song? That's what Court's been the last.
That's
little
literally
while.
his week
Damn.
every week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got bagels in Montreal though, so that kind of worked out.
That kind of was
Bagels. Oh, bagels.
So yeah, Court's not going anywhere. He's still obviously going to be around from time to time, and we'll be keeping his seat warm. But it'll be mostly Rice, Denny, and I holding down the fort. We'll miss him when he's gone, and we'll celebrate when he's back. But Court has to go be ultra dad.
He's actually
which is
going
par for the course.
everywhere.
Yeah, literally.
He's going off to be a family man.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, he's been a family man. Come
some
on.
would
You know
say
what I mean.
some would say a family guy. That brings us to the end of the show, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, Denny. If people want to see your where can they do so?
They can blah, 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 at Linktree /Dinnerkin Gaming.
blah blah blah.
I appreciated that. I appreciate it. Ben.
Denny's quick.
Yeah, mostly on Instagram, mostly on Twitch, and a little sprinkle of on some other socials. But
Oh my God,
Ooh,
he's
that
now
is-
got lights. Jesus, what is going
hold
on
I-
here?
wait, it was incredible
So
because
I'm
Benny
gonna
said
say that
sprinkle.
now all of a sudden he's
it's
Kylo
well
Ren,
timed, right?
He's Kylo Ren right now.
Yeah.
Can
He's
we
Kylo Rice.
can we have Rice admit by the end of this show that he has probably listened to maybe 3 minutes of what we have said, and he has spent the whole time setting up his setup for the next time he streams?
Should we quiz him on this
you're-
episode?
Rice.
Yes.
What are our names?
Marge.
Yep.
Kratos
Yep.
and Peter.
Nailed it. I love how you pointed to Court twice.
I'm Marge and Peter. And Matt's Kratos, the man who's afraid of. Yeah.
and
You have
Benny
his beard?
is just here.
He's
Rice-
just here. He's just ahead.
Ice
Pat
Cube.
Matt's ass.
the mirror. Rice, where can people see more, hear more from you?
Well, if you would like to join in on my chaos, you can follow me on my Linktree
I
/
don't
Rice
think I will.
BOYYY TV. I am mostly on Instagram these days, Twitch sometimes, and all of the other stuff I dabble in. But please interact with me, have fun with me. Okay, this is getting weird, but check out my links and stuff. Love you.
Rice
Feet pics for sure.
In
Like,
rare
Did
form
allude to
tonight.
the
he's
OnlyFans,
alluding to
so-
is like, and I've got a OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Nice.
sorry.
Have
This
fun
this
with
is
me?
this is my sorry. This is the
Hold on,
end
real
host.
quick. We got Donovan in the chat saying for me, Clear Obscure, DS2, KCD2, Oblivion Remastered, and Split Fiction. Hell yeah, that is one
Oh,
hell of a
well
That's
list.
a good
done.
list.
Respects. All of the
Respect,
respects.
Donovan.
Court,
Also
is there
sorry.
anything you want to shout out?
No, well, I'll be still doing 3 dads every now. I won't be doing it as much. I will be doing it periodically. When I
When you have time.
Yeah, when I have time, I will be doing 3 dads on Wednesdays. I won't be doing it
Fine.
this week or the week after, but I'll be there sometimes.
Yeah,
It'll be two dads for a little bit.
yeah. And go watch last week's episode where I was there.
Yes,
We
Matt
talked
was-
about stuff.
Matt was there.
We held shit down. It was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, because he a dad.
Yeah.
He is a
what?
dad.
Yeah.
He a
He
dad.
he a good dad.
Big dad. Thank you.
And Waba, like, for some reason had to, like, every 2 seconds gawk over Matt. It was pretty weird.
Yeah, it was
I'm
pretty
not
cool. I
gonna lie.
loved it. I like being
Aw.
gawked over
Waba's
every
like,
2 seconds.
do you know that your name was in a what was it? Metaphor.
Yeah. Metaphor.
Fantasio?
You're Fantasio.
Yeah. Waba's
My
like,
my
"I know your
review
name,"
got
and I was
pulled for
so
the
like, I know that guy.
No shit. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah. As for myself, you can find me over here on Console Creatures each and every week. And of course, you can buy my words at the site and at boutwhythough.net. From all of us unintellectuals, I hope you have a fucking great week. We'll see you next week. Peace and love.
Fuck
Bye.
yeah.
Peace.